Hi everyone! I am here at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Orlando, Florida. I really love this theme park because it's themed after the golden age of Hollywood in the 1930s and 40s. And I happen to live in Hollywood, which gives me a whole different appreciation for this park because I get to see the things that Walt Disney Imagineers modeled the park after. So a lot of people that visit here don't realize that there are so many things that you're rushing past that actually exist in real life Hollywood. And so I've done a video before about Disney's Hollywood Studios in real life, but there were so many things that I couldn't fit it all into one video. So I want to come back and do a part 2. So let's go check out Disney's Hollywood Studios in real life, part 2. I'm here at Sunset Ranch Market, which pays homage to the original farmers market in LA. Here at Disney, their version is an assortment of quick service windows where you can pick up ice cream, fresh fruit, burgers, hot dogs, all of that good stuff. And then you come to this little communal area and find a seat and sit down no matter which window you wound up ordering from. And that's actually not too far from the actual farmers market. It looks almost identical. The color scheme is the same. It's obviously a lot smaller here, but the one in LA is one of my favorite places to go because it is an actual farmers market. And here we are at the real farmers market, the original Los Angeles farmers market. And while the Disney version looks very similar and it's a couple of food stands and maybe you can buy an orange for a snack, here is where you actually can come and do your grocery shopping. There's so many food stalls in here, like probably at least 4 dozen, and every single one is amazing. This is truly an LA treasure, but it's not just super trendy with like a Kiehl's and waffle cone shots available. It has a really rich history and it's been here for a while. It was actually purchased in the 1880s by a family called the Gilmores. And it was a dairy farm, but then oil was found on their land. I wish somebody would find oil on my land. And soon the dairy farm went away and it became like an oil rigs everywhere. And then Gilmore gas station took over, and you would basically see these Gilmore gas stations all up and down the West Coast. And so the family got really wealthy. And then in the 30s, they built a stadium. The stadium would host car races and horse races, and then eventually there was a tiny little baseball diamond constructed. But then when the Dodgers came to town, the stadium was torn away and the Dodgers of course play across the city. But the farmers market as we know it was constructed in 1934 because so many people were coming to this stadium that the Gilmore family started charging vendors 50 cents a day to rent out a little stall. And it was so popular that after 3 months' time, they built the permanent structures that you see behind me. And that is how we got the LA Farmers Market.
I only got 2. I wanted more.
Behind me is one of my least favorite Disney attractions anywhere in the world. I am referring to the Tower of Terror. I am terrified of it. I don't like that dropping feeling, but I think it's also one of the most beautifully designed Disney attractions. And did you know that one of the inspirations for the Tower of Terror actually exists in Hollywood? It is not called the Hollywood Tower Hotel. There is a Hollywood Tower. It is now apartments, and that also had a little bit of inspiration. But what I'm referring to is the Roosevelt Hotel. It is located right on Hollywood Boulevard, across the street from Grauman's Chinese Theater. And it has the same gorgeous color and Mediterranean details that you'll find right here in Tower of Terror. And every time I walk into the Roosevelt, I cannot help but thinking about this attraction.
Behind me is the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, and this is easily my favorite hotel anywhere in LA. It is so beautiful, and it was definitely one of the inspirations for Disney's Tower of Terror, especially if you go in the lobby, which we can't because COVID and all of the hotels are closed. But the lobby is super Mediterranean, and it has the same Spanish tiles on the floor and the beams on the ceiling, and it's just eerily similar, and it's so beautiful. And fun fact, this was actually the home of the very first Oscar ceremony ever, and you can actually peek in the ballrooms if you're allowed to go inside and see a little bit of Hollywood history.
Behind me is Grand Park, or Disney's version of it. Grand Park is a major park in downtown Los Angeles, not even Hollywood, downtown LA. But Disney, when they were redoing Hollywood Studios, decided to put an homage to Grand Park into the park, but it looks nothing like actual Grand Park. So here at Disney's Hollywood Studios, it is flanked by the Baseline Tap House, which is a great place to come if you love craft beers. They have a cheese plate, gorgeous outdoor patio that you can sit and watch the crowds rushing to Galaxy's Edge. And then they also have some shops that you might have seen in 1930s Hollywood, but it doesn't actually look like the real Grand Park. So not sure why they did that, but let's go see Grand Park.
And here we are at the real Grand Park in downtown LA. Not exactly what Disney is showing us, is it? I mean, it's a beautiful park. I love it here. You have the beautiful old city hall in the background and the gorgeous fountain. There's some coffee shops and kids are running through the fountain in the summer, but it doesn't look like what Disney is showing us.
Behind me is Keystone Clothiers. It's a department store gift shop here at Hollywood Studios. It actually used to be my favorite gift shop, except now they sell Star Wars stuff. It's boring. But the pink facade behind me is meant to look like the iconic Max Factor building right in the center of Hollywood. Today it is now the home of Mel's Drive-In, which you've probably heard of. So it's been two famous companies in one gorgeous pink building right in the heart of Hollywood. And here at Hollywood Studios, Disney went ahead and copied it.
I'm here in the heart of Hollywood, right off of Hollywood Boulevard, and behind me is the former Max Factor building. And you're gonna see the Hollywood Studios version looks almost identical. Now it's part Mel's Drive-In, part Hollywood Museum, but it used to be a big part of Hollywood history. Max Factor Makeup supplying all of the makeup for the movie studios. But really, it's just a gorgeous pink marble building, and I am here for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have so much fun taking you around my adopted city and comparing it to what you may see at Hollywood Studios. And I really hope that this inspires you the next time you're at Hollywood Studios to kind of slow down and appreciate everything you're rushing past. And if you haven't seen part 1 of my Hollywood Studios in real life, give it a click, check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought, and I will see you next time. Bye.